Hard to find.
I know, it's so far away.
It is far.
So who here does open source of any kind? Does anyone not do open source here? Okay. And who started a project, open source project? At least one. At least 2 projects. At least 10 projects. Okay. So what I'm going to talk about is, going very slowly because there are still people arriving, is this thing called social architecture, which is one of my hobbies. How to build online communities, and I'll try to explain why and how with some examples, why it's relevant, why it's useful, and how we do it. So it's like architecture. It's the process and the product of building things, but social, online communities. You can look at many examples that exist that are not to do with software, things like Wikipedia or just any other community, Reddit or 4chan, whatever. But in our business, and the goal of this is how to do that on purpose for our profit. I will argue that if you don't do this deliberately, in the next years you will basically be unable to compete. I think open source is, like every other business, has to compete for developers, for talent, for footfall. And if you don't do this deliberately, then you will end up with, great ideas and no one actually joining you. So I think the world is changing, and I think we're leaving the time when you could become, successful by being very clever in a garage. I think that nowadays you